All right, the Seattle Seahawks just get back a key starter from injury, and this injury report's getting kind of crazy, but I think it's manageable. And if you're a Seattle Seahawks fan, you got to be excited. If you're new to the channel, we are Detroit Lions fans, but we have this channel talking about teams that kind of get overlooked by the national media, and the Seahawks, definitely one of those teams. Lions just played the Seahawks. We'll actually get into that, my thoughts on the Seahawks, watching them. But first, let's just get right into this. You look at it. This is a lengthy injury report. It's kind of showing everything, right? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and kind of where things are. But it shows you Wednesday, Thursday. Here we are Friday. We'll get some more information. But just leading up to this, you can see Byron Murphy didn't practice. That's a bummer. But the big one for me is Leonard Williams is back with limited practice both days. Hopefully he can get a full practice in Friday. You look at some other guys. Tyler Lockett, Noah Fant, but they're practicing limited capacity. So I know that the injury report's long, but really you've gotten back a lot of players. Byron Murphy, Hankins, you'd love to get back as well. Those are tough ones, but you at least get one of your defensive linemen back. Now the good news is if you look at the New York Giants, they don't have as lengthy of a injury report, but Malik Neighbors did not practice, and he will not play against you. So that's huge. You've got a great secondary, and really you should be able to handle this team, right? You're just pretty obvious now that the Seattle Seahawks are a good team. You saw it against the Lions, and that's what I was most surprised about when the Seattle Seahawks played the Lions. A lot of people came away from that game really impressed with the Seattle Seahawks because of the injuries that they had. Knew it'd be tough to stop the run against the Lions, and it was. But really good pass defense that, again, was at a disadvantage against the Lions because they couldn't stop the run, so then the play action. It was a really set up well for the Lions. However, your offense is loaded. It really is. It's a tough offense. Geno Smith is good, and he fits this middle of the pack quarterback class that's really excelling right now with Baker Mayfield, Geno Smith, Sam Darnold. He's not considered this elite thing in the elite class. He's also not Will Levis. It's like, man, we've got capable players around him. He can move. Guys kind of rally around him, if anything else. He can kind of be more of a guy that can make plays and doesn't have to feel like he's pigeonholed into doing something, because it's like, man, just win, baby. That's it with Geno Smith. Guys rally around it. Love it. Offense is great. Defense is just injured. Outside of that, you've got a coach that is very just mature and professional, I guess would be the way to say it. Level-headed. I truly believe that's how you have to be in the NFL. It's so up and down, and you're playing at such a high level. So I understand the emotion. I understand the Pete Carroll type of coaching, and I think there's a place for that. I think it's great. But, when you think about it, you kind of just need that level guy. And so you've got the youngest head coach in the league. However, he seems very much like this team's going to go through ups and downs, and he's just going to be right there. Who's just like that? Dan Campbell. Everybody talks about how he's so rah-rah and all this, and he's a meathead, and, he's just, everyone loves him. But he does not lose his cool on the sideline. He doesn't lose his cool. He's a little bit more, movements, but I'm serious. Like, he doesn't have the Pete Carroll. The Pete Carroll was just all amped up, out of control. I don't know if he's out of control, but you know what I'm saying. So my point is, with the Seattle Seahawks, you've got a head coach that seems more CEO, professional. We're going in a direction. You've got the quarterback. You've got the defense. You've got the defensive scheme. And you also have offensive playmakers. And you got to score in the National Football League. And they absolutely can. And I think it's great. So, again, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. We're Detroit Lions fans, but we definitely love talking about the Seattle Seahawks because they're going to be good. And this division is really wide open, honestly, because let's take a look at the schedule. So Seahawks play the Giants, Love that matchup. Come back home. Like it's kind of a let's do this. Let's get right. And then it's 49ers. Oof. Thursday. Oof. But hey, let's go. And then Falcons, Bills. So this is a must win, is really what this is, because you had to play the Lions. Now you go Giants. And then those next three are tough. And so if you're a Seahawks fan, though, you win this game and you're 4-1. What else could you possibly want? You're 4-1, headed into an early game against the Niners. Like, let's go. So win this game. This is a monster game, because if you win this, you could win one or two. You could win one of these next three and still be plenty fine. But if you start 4-1, you could almost go 500. Yeah, you can go 500 the rest of the way and be 10 wins, right? I'm doing quick math. This is a huge game. You can go 500 down the stretch and still be right in the mix all the way to the end if you can get this game. Then after that, it's Rams, Niners again. Cardinals are just a tricky team. Jets, Cardinals again. Packers, Vikings, Bears, Rams. So this schedule is wild. I see two games that are just kind of like manageable. The rest, it's like, all right, here we go. NFL game. Like, let's do this. So this is going to be tough, but I think that the Seahawks are a team that can absolutely do this. Win the division, go to the playoffs, home playoff game. I really do. I think they showed a lot against the Lions, but it's going to come down to winning the division in this division, or in the NFC, because you want a home playoff game. If you just get in a wild card, that means you're going probably to San Fran or to Green Bay or to Detroit in the playoffs, and it's like, that just seems like a lot versus, hey, we won the division. Now we've got the Cardinals coming to us, or the Vikings. Oh, there's another one, at the Vikings. You know, it's just a lot of big time stadiums that you just don't want to be a part of on the road in the playoffs. When you want teams coming to you, you've got the home field advantage. Everybody knows you do, especially in a season like this where it's kind of like no one really, I want to say no one expected it, but also people are just going to rally behind this team, the roles that they play. Guys like Witherspoon, you know, kind of gives off the Cam Chancellor vibes. I know they're different types of players, but you know what I'm saying, kind of that let's go type of player. Which, by the way, in his defense against David Montgomery when he got just trucked, he slipped. I know, and I'm going to defend him on that. His leg, you can see it, like his leg either got on Montgomery's foot or it was just already slipping like a split second before, so it looked like he just absolutely got crushed, but he did slip. So let me know your thoughts. Make sure you subscribe, and we'll see all of you on the next one.